Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2012 teen drama coming of age story, uh, Perks of Being a Wallflower. This is written and directed by Steven Chbosky. This is directly based off of his 1999 novel, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, starring our one and only Logan Lerman himself, Emma Watson, Ezra Miller, Dylan McDermott is in this. Joan Cusack is like pitched as like a big name in this, and Joan is a big name. But she's in the movie for, I don't know, 3 minutes at the very end, and she still gets billed as top bill. I think that's pretty cool. That woman is just gold, titanium. Nothing can beat that. Who else is in this? Mae Whitman, obsessed with Mae Whitman. I think we've talked about her plenty of times, especially in The Duff. Her and Robbie Amell are just hilarious and perfect comedic duo together for that teen rom-com coming of age that it is as well. May, I also love the fact that she has a lot of ear piercings, right? And she keeps them in for the roles that she's in. I just think that's really cool. She's in The Good Girls or Good Girls. It's on NBC right now. She's co-starring with Retta and Christina Hendricks. Another two fantastic actresses. I know 2 seasons are on Netflix right now. Third is just premiered or something like that. I only watched the first season. I got to catch up. So that's me rambling about how awesome Mae Whitman is. Logan Lerman is just horrifyingly believable. And I say that in the best way because when he cries, you feel it. It's disgusting. Like when he's crying at the end and he's literally telling himself to stop crying. It's literal tears. His eyes are poofy and red, and, you know, snot's coming out of his nose. He's hitting himself. He's getting angry because there's a lot of stuff that he's gone through and he's trying to deal with. We have to add him to the list of my favorite actors in the sense of believability. Now, Logan did the Percy Jackson films before and in between this movie, right? And he's actually a child actor. He did The Butterfly Effect way back in the day alongside Ashton Kutcher. That's what first kind of like brought his name into the mix. And then he's done many other things up to Percy, after Percy. He's now in a series right now. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me on that. But Logan is a very underrated artist, and he needs to get all the accolades he deserves. Emma Watson is Emma Watson. A girl can do no wrong. Mine is Beauty and the Beast, and Steven Chbosky, who's the writer-director of this film based off of his 99 book, like I said, he is one of the screenplay. He is one of the writers for the screenplay for 2017's live-action Beauty and the Beast. I ripped that movie a new one in my review. However many years? Man, I spoke about that years ago. I was so upset with that movie. But we're not going to talk about it. So, Ezra Miller, I have mixed feelings with because I've never seen him as a Barry Allen Flash. I don't know. Grant Gustin is always just like just a superb Barry Allen. I get it's 2 different universes, whatever. Ezra's very scandalous, dare I say, but he's a great artist, and that's the problem. Like, he might say some like strange things, like just without being provoked, but he's very talented. And I think that's my issue, is that he's super talented, but he just says strange things. I mean, I don't know him personally. I feel like he's just a genuine person, and maybe because I don't know him personally, that's why I feel like whatever he's saying is strange. It's probably very sane for someone who is friends with him, but I'm not friends with him. I don't know him. So by me being the complete third party, it just seems weird with what comes out of his mouth. I wish him nothing but the best. You know, he's great at what he does. There's no getting around that. He's extremely believable. Him and the scene of Ezra and Logan, you know, looking out into Pittsburgh, and, you know, they're both just crying, and Ezra just falls in Logan's lap, and then Logan holds on to him and says, I'm sorry. Hurts. It hurts the soul. And those are 2 very beautiful actors who know how to craft a scene, right? They're taking from personal experiences to show such a believability of authenticity. Incredible. You can't fake that. So that's why I'm saying Ezra is super talented. Who knows? Maybe I will know him one day, and I don't know. I don't have anything else to say towards that. So, aside from praising Logan, aside from praising Ezra, aside from praising May, aside from praising Emma, right? And Joe Cusack. Love that woman. I think this movie's interesting because I myself have never seen, and I'm sure it exists, but I've never seen the author of a book write the screenplay for the adaptation of their very own book and then direct it as well. Now, I have praised Vampires by Justin Somper a billion times. Right? I have, I think, 9 videos throughout my reviews of each book, right? About how the series can continue, how it can go into a TV series. And I just find it interesting because, like, just for instance, Justin's been posting a lot of stuff about Australia recently, right? And having these challenges like, oh, what do you think, you as a vampire would look like? Send me a sketch. Or like, what do you see in your mind as the Nocturne's ship design, stuff like that. He's super talented. I've praised him a billion times. So it would be very cool to see Justin take Justin's work, make the screenplay for it, and then I guess direct whatever TV series becomes of the Vampire books. They can't be movies. It has to be a TV series. So, or if he wants to executive produce it and oversee, screenwritings, I think that'd be pretty neat. Rick Riordan as well. It would have been nice to see Rick have say in what happens in Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief and Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters. Those were 2 movies that came out starring Logan Lerman, Alexandra Daddario, and Brandon, I forget his name, Brandon T. Jackson, I think. Those movies, we pretend they didn't happen because they just were not what the books deserved. The books deserve a TV series, not a movie, right? So if Rick maybe had some screenplay influence, maybe something would have changed a little bit. I think he was maybe one of the producers, but it's not his true, heart. Rick Riordan's got a heart in his work, and you can tell with all the mythological aspects, with killing main characters, with letting other main characters thrive. It's just it's just so authentic, and you just can't look away, right? Now, Stephen Chbosky's Perks of Being a Wallflower. I never read the book because they offered it back in high school. I just never found an interest for it. And then in 2012, when they were showing in 2011 when they were showing the trailers for it, I was like, oh, I love all these actors, I'm going to see it. So I saw it with friends because that's what we were doing. That particular group of friends would go out all the time. So many parties. It was a lot of fun. 2012 was a great year. I give it that. I didn't like it the first time I saw it. I just didn't like the movie. I don't know why. I thought it was going to be funnier. And I did not like he was molested as a kid from his suicidal aunt bit. And that's what drove him crazy. I didn't like that when I was younger, but here we are 8 years later, and I appreciate the hell out of this movie because it shows true development of your mental state. Suppressing things, trying to deal with things and don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to talk to people about it because you don't know if it's right or if it's wrong to talk about certain things. So to have that explode at the very end of Logan's character just exploding, blacking out, I thought it was very poignant in character development. There's so much drama, so much hilarity. Mae Whitman is just so talented in herself. I don't know what else to really say about this movie because it's fantastic for what it is. It is a true coming of age. How do we deal with certain aspects that we're not comfortable dealing with? How do we face the truth when we don't even know the truth? It's a truth or dare in the sense, or the perks of being a wallflower. You see everything. It's a rough movie. It's a rough movie. It's a great movie. I did not like it 8 years ago, but here we are now. I am more of a meme spreader, so clearly there's that inclination of depression. So you can see things, right? That's how that works. No, but seriously, it's nice to see a struggle that you can semi-relate to. I can't relate to the exact details of Logan's character, but we all have that Charlie character at some point. We all wonder what's real and what's not. We all wonder, is this okay? Should I say something? What do we do next? What are my actual feelings? What if? It's that what if line, right? Paul Rudd is in this film too. I've completely forgot to mention Paul Rudd. And it's funny, I need to correct myself. I said Mark Ruffalo in the last review when I said, we're going to watch Logan Lerman and Mark Ruffalo discuss love, right? I was trying to say Paul Rudd, but Mark Ruffalo and Paul Rudd they obviously don't look alike. They are both in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One is Hulk, one is Ant-Man, but I messed up. Forgive me. I'm redacting my Mark Ruffalo statement in the last review and correcting myself in this review. So, we'll keep up with some film watchings. Try to think of what to do next. I got some ideas. I know I rambled a bit. I know I'm going to say half this review had absolutely nothing to do with the movie in question, but everything has to do with the movie in question because there's little roundabouts. I went through backstories. I went through depicting an author's work. I went through a lot of shit. Yeah. So we accept the love we think we deserve. And on that note, Mucho mahalo.